We're going to go through on the 2024 Math PSLE Paper 2, question 16. So at first, Devi, Eric, and Hazik had some money. Devi and Eric donated the same amount of money to a charity. Hazik donated 3 times as much as Eric. Devi donated 1/4 of her memory, so this is a fraction. Eric donated 2/7, also this is a fraction of his money, and Hazik donated 2/5. This is also another fraction of his money. So there are two parts to this question. The first part is at first who had the most amount of money and who had the least. Second part is that the three children had a total of $1,560 at first. How much money did Hazik donate? So I'm going to simplify the question. So just by removing this first statement, and we're going to focus on the first part or part A. So in this case, at first, who had the most amount of money and who had the least? So we need to go through the first statement. Devi and Eric donated the same amount of money to a charity. So in terms of an equation, it will look something like this. Devi donation is the same as Eric's donation. So the thing is that the question also states Devi donated 1/4 of her money. So that means we can put 1/4 of Devi's money, which is equal to the donation, and 1/4 of Devi's money is equal to Eric's donation. Since the first statement says Devi's and Eric's donations are the same. So that means Eric's money is 2/7, the same as 1/4 of David's money. So the thing is that if you see the same fraction, that means this concept called same fraction concept. So what we need to do is that we are going to make the numerator the same. So currently we don't have the same numerator. So how can we then change one fraction to the same numerator as the other? So since we have 1 over here and at Eric's side it is 2, that means what we can do is that we can have 1 multiplied by 2. Since we multiply the numerator at the top, we need to multiply the denominator as well. So that means this will be 2 out of 8 of David's money equals to 2/7 of Eric's money. And since we have the same numerator, that means we can focus on the denominator and say that David's money is equal to 8 units, while Eric's money is equal to 7 units. So this is where we can know how many does David and Eric's has in terms of money, in terms of units. Then once we have that down, the next thing is we are left with one more person, which is Hazik. So Hazik donated 3 times as much as Eric. So the thing is that Eric's donation is 2/7, which is essentially just 2 units. So for Hazik's donation, he said 3 times. The word 3 times should be pretty straightforward. That means Hazik donated 3 times as much as Eric. So Eric donated 2, so you just multiply by 3. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Now, the thing is that Hazik donated 2/5 of his money. So his donation is 6 units, which is only 2/5. So 2/5 of Hazik's money is 6 units. So that means we need to get Hazik's total money. So if 2/5 is equal to Hazik's money, then 1/5 is equal to 6 units divided by 2. Because Hazik's money has a denominator of 5, which represents the total amount of Hazik's money. So this is equal to 3 units. Then we need to get the whole, which is 5 out of 5. Since we have 1 to 5, that means we multiply by 5. So that means Hazik's money is equal to 3 units times 5, which is 15 units. So now to answer the question, who had the most amount of money? The answer is Hazik. Very, very rich. Then who had the least amount of money? That means it is Eric because Eric has the least amount, which is 7 units. The next one or the next part of the question is the 3 children had a total of $1,560 at first. How much money did Hazik donate? So we know from the previous workings that we have, David's money is 8 units, Eric's money is 7 units, and Hazik's money is 15 units. So since we are calculating the total, we need to get the total number of units. So that means we calculate 15 plus 7 plus 8. So 15 from Haziq, 7 from Eric's and Devi, 8. And this will give us 30 units. And since the total is 1,560, that means 30 units, which is the total amount of money, is equal to $1,560. So 1 unit is equal to 1,560 divided by 30 units, and this gives us $52. Now, the thing is that we are not calculating 1 unit. We need how much did Haziq donate, how much money. So we actually know how much Haziq donated. In the previous working, Haziq donated, if you remember, 6 units. So we can just multiply 6 times $52. And this gives us $312. And that's it for 2024 Math PSLE Paper 2 Question 16.